Here this evening, I'd like to thank Delegate Vogt for remembering the Pledge of Allegiance. That was very, very appreciative. And for myself, I'm fortunate enough to earn the voters' support and respect here in the 6th District. I will never forget where I come from and who helped me get to Congress. I will seek out your organizations all over the 6th District that are involved in my campaign and help me get there. And you will be giving me some guidance and some directions as to how I should be making votes for our 6th District. In Washington County, when I first decided to run for county commissioner, I was told to go join the Republican Club. I went and joined the Republican Club, and to be honest with you, that was 9 years ago. I'd never heard of it. So I went there, I walked in, they embraced me. I have never forgot our Republican Club. I'm probably one of the most religious elected official members. I attend as many of the meetings as I possibly can, and I get a lot of great guidance from our Republican Club. So I will be committed to the 6th District. I'll be committed to the people that get me in office. As a candidate in Washington County, when I ran my first term, I received the second most votes as county commissioner. The second term, I had more votes than anyone in the history of Washington County, over 24,000, and I became president. The third term that I ran, I received even more votes. I received over 26,000 votes in Washington County, more than Dan Bongino, and that tells me that I have the ability to reach across the party lines. I could not get 26,000 votes in Washington County if I didn't have the support of the Democrats and the Independents. And that's very, very much needed here in this district. And I had never had to compromise my conservative values. So thank you again. I hope to be representing you in Congress, and what a terrific turnout you have here in Montgomery County. One thing, I am pro-life and no support to child parenthood. Planned Parenthood. Planned Parenthood.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yeah. Okay. Thank you for everybody here. If I'm elected, I will be working on secure national board and protect American population, strengthen national defense, destroy ISIS and terrorists, decrease income tax, make tax code simple, clear, and fair, cut incorporate tax, repeal death tax, repeal Obamacare, growth improve economic growth, create job, protect Second Amendment, offer good environment to science and education, offer more opportunity to veterans, allow eligible veterans to use GI Bill to insure small business loan instead of education. I love America. Thank you.
What has John Delaney accomplished since he's been in Congress? I can't think of anything. It's because he doesn't live in the district. It's because he had no roots in the district. He hadn't done anything in the district before he got in Congress, so why should he do anything for the district once he's there? He doesn't know how to accomplish for Western Maryland. I've been going to court in Western Maryland for 30 years. Put 26 questions on the ballot here in Montgomery County that have gotten 2 million votes, including one that has stopped large property tax increases cold. I kept the dump from behind Congressman Delaney's house by putting a question on the ballot. He wasn't there. I stopped the trenching of sewage sludge in residential areas in Germantown by putting a question on the ballot, and the county council stopped doing that before the question even got 80% of the vote in the election, which it did. He wasn't there. He's not there in the district. He doesn't live here. He doesn't have Western Maryland at heart. Take a look at Channel 9 on Sunday. I'm going to be on discussing the Redskins' victory later on that day. I went to the Supreme Court the last time they played the Green Bay Packers. The game was blacked out, believe it or not. That playoff game was not shown locally on TV. And I went to the U.S. District Court, U.S. Court of Appeals, and the Supreme Court the day of the game to try to get that game shown on. Well, Justice Berger didn't agree, but within 30 days, Congress passed the anti-blackout law, and Pete Rozelle himself said if it hadn't have been for our lawsuit, they wouldn't have passed that anti-blackout law. So, go Redskins, go Western Maryland. Western Maryland is #1. You're not going to be the tail on the dog anymore. You're going to be the big dog, Western Maryland.
Thank you, Mr. Ficker. Ami Huber.
I think all of us agree that I think all of us agree that the district will be far better off without John Delaney. And I think all of us agree that if we work together, we can beat him. He has not served us well, and I think it's time for him to go. I come from a legacy of Ronald Reagan. I share his optimism, his decisive approach to issues, and his determination to keep our country great. I am running for the entire district. I'm not running for theatrics or to improve my company's standing. I'm running because I wish to serve the entire district, from Garrett County down to here. I visit every district at least once a week. I'm trying to get to know the people as well as I can. I've gone up and down the coal area, for example, with my friend Bill Valentine, who has helped me understand the problems there in a depth that I did not understand before the campaign. I'm enjoying getting to know every bit of the district, and I certainly hope that you will select me to be your nominee. Thank you.
Frank Howard.
Thanks, Casey. Ladies and gentlemen, the House of Representatives is where the battle for America's future is being waged. The world is becoming increasingly dangerous, including right here at home. Our borders are like a sieve. No one can argue that our economy is headed in the right direction. The national debt is spiraling out of control and is on an unsustainable trajectory, and the Constitution and our liberties are being eroded. This is not the time for the status quo, for just continuing to kick the can down the road. We need strong, resolute leadership to make the changes required to get our country back on track, to make the tough decisions, to do what's right, even when it isn't easy or popular. You, the voters of the 6th District, are not likely to elect someone who represents old school ideas, and you're not likely to elect someone who would sic the IRS on religious institutions. We need a candidate who has a plan. I do, and am all about national security, the economy and jobs, and fixing the chaos and dysfunction on Capitol Hill. We need a candidate who is a proven problem solver, is independent-minded, and who has the character, judgment, integrity, energy, and passion to bring meaningful change to Capitol Hill. Ladies and gentlemen, I am that candidate.
Thank you, Barry. Christopher Mason.
Hello. I started off the debate by saying I was a nobody. I just want to finish by saying I'm still a nobody. I wanted you to take that away from this debate, and there's a reason. I dressed the way I dressed on purpose to distinguish myself, but also to say that we elect people into Congress that lie to us, and the dress of the liars are the suits. I will not be an empty suit, and I will never wear a suit if you elect me to Congress. Let this be the dress of the patriot. Let that be the dress of the patriot. And $174,000, congressmen get paid to do a really bad job. I'll take none of it. I donate all of it to the national debt. Let that be a litmus test. $19 trillion in debt, Can anybody up here take $174,000? They're going to have $174,000. If you're a true representative, donate that money to the paying down the national debt.
Thank you, Mr. Mason. Mr. Painter. Basically, I'm all about trying to fix the economy, trying to rein in the national debt. Basically, what I'd like to do, I'd love to cut taxes on the working people. Enough of the tax cuts for the wealthy. We need to slash taxes on the working man, make it easier for him to get by and to stimulate the economy. I do want tariffs, not talking about a protectionist view, at least I don't think so. I want to try to equalize out so that American business can compete with the rules he has to comply with the EPA, so the working man can compete against foreign labor that's working for a slave wage. I want to tell our allies they need to kick up. We're not the world's policemen. We don't have to go around paying to defend everybody else. Let Germany and Japan kick some money up into the coffers for a change. On the illegals, I'm sorry. I don't care if you've been here. I don't care if you've been working. If you're here illegally, you've got to go home. All right? That's my basic stance. Any more of it, it's all on my website. Thank you.
Thank you. And Mr. Vogt, Delegate Vogt, you're wrapping it up.
Thank you to all of you for being here and being involved tonight, and the moderators, the panel, everything. Without folks that are civically minded like yourselves, this doesn't happen. Without folks like yourselves, we can't affect change. And just thank you for the opportunity. And I am a basic guy. I fought through humble beginnings as a child. My mother did everything within her power to keep us off of welfare. I learned how to wash the feet of the people in the church that I grew up in, that my grandmother was the minister of. That taught me a service that I then was able to forge into a reality, 8 years in active duty in the Marine Corps, where I then laced up the boots that I wear on my feet still today, that were on my feet when I put terrorists in prison in Afghanistan, that my 5-year-old and 3-year-old sons wear around the house when they look up to me, and that I wear in Annapolis to stand strong and firm for you, the voters, and we, the people, that I will also continue to wear on Capitol Hill. Those are ideologies and principles that you can't fake, you can't duplicate. They're experiences that are trial by fire, just like any time that my friend up here, Chris Mason, can also say, in all of the most harrowing events in world history, some of the worst you've ever seen, we send in Marines. I stand in Annapolis in the combat boots and look forward to standing with you as your boots on the ground on Capitol Hill in 2016. Semper Fidelis.
Let's have a big round of applause for all the candidates tonight. It's remarkable the passion that they have for our country. It's terrific. I want to thank the panel for being here tonight. Thank you so much. Do you have any closing words? Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Great job, Thank you. Harold?